Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading is going to be for Queen Bee. She wants to know if Clarence Thomas and his seditious wife, I guess her name's Ginni, are going to be catapulted into the dark place they deserve. Okay, so I have 4 decks shuffled with, so this deck will be for Clarence, this will be for Ginni. This deck is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, in case you're interested. This deck, I don't have the box anymore, but it's the Universal Weight, but it's the Radiant deck, and it's trimmed down. So the cards are smaller than normal. If you do want to buy this deck that has, I mean, you know, the cards are beautiful. They're much more colorful, and I have astrological symbols written on them. So just ignore that if you're not into astrology. But if you do like this deck, I recommend buying the version that comes with the book, because the cards are much thicker. You get a much better deck for just, you know, like a few dollars more, I think. And I'm also going to use the Kipper and the Lenormand. So the Kipper is Kira Marchetti's, and the Lenormand is the Maybe Lenormand by Ryan Edward, which is a combo of Gypsy. Gypsy and the Lenormand. Okay, so let me set these apart. This one I'm going to use for Ginni. This one I'll use for Clarence, because it has more of like the, well, I want to see where he's going professionally. This is shuffled for Ginni. And okay, so let me get back into Clarence's energy. Energy and lack of consciousness, I should say, with him. So remember, you know, he's, remember the Anita Hill hearings. I remember that about him way, way, way back when. And he, you know, he got away with sexually assaulting her for a very long time. Yeah, I don't know if it was actual outright assault, but it was definitely, what's the word when there's just like a constant, you know, ass grabbing, you know, saying certain things to her to, you know, he's basically trying to seduce her. So now here he is years later, and he's married to a different woman. But anyway, this is a karmic reading just for him. So, just for Thomas, Clarence Thomas. Okay, forces in motion. This card is the challenges. His karma from his past lives. The specific karma for this lifetime, what he's destined to experience, basically what's hanging down over him, his professional future, yikes, and his personal future. Okay, this card popped out when I was shuffling the deck too. Okay, so let me move these down here while I bring in Ginni's, because I want to see how, how they are connected. Okay, so Ginni, oh, hold on, I need to get back into the picture. I had a picture of, all right, here it is. Just so you guys can, well, let me unplug this. That's what she looks like. There's an article in AP News, Associated Press, so I will link that. I'll try to remember to link that in the description area of this video. Okay, but so with Ginni, so Ginni, forces in motion, her challenges, the karma that she brought in from her past lifetime, her specific karma for this lifetime, which of course those cards will go together. Okay. what she's bound to experience in this lifetime. Her professional future. I don't know if she really has one, right? And her personal future. That's interesting. Wow. Okay, so you know, I mean, you can read up on her. There's a lot in that article that I will do my best to remember, to link. And you know, basically, she's really into some you know, very misinformed conspiracy theories. You know, it's all about George Soros, and she highly promoted propaganda about you know, Hunter Biden and about Joe Biden. Okay, so I may hold these cards up for you so you can see them, and when I get to the Kipper and the Lenormand section, I'll drop the camera down. So, all right, so this is going to be kind of a karmic relationship reading between the two of them, but also, you know, I'm looking at his professional future and personal future. So for him, the forces in motion that are going on in his life right now, well, I think she may be kind of like a kept woman that doesn't make her own decisions, but she's crazy. And I think that he is losing a lot of money. I feel like he's had problems. I don't know, maybe he's like Brett Kavanaugh and he's got a gambling addiction, you know. I don't know. But anyway, at the very, very least, the forces in motion in his life at this period of time has to do with things being canceled on him, like projects not going well, maybe even losing his home, maybe even losing, because, you know, when this card's straight up, it's the life of luxury. When it's reversed, not so much. You know, he's probably gonna lose a lot. At the very least, it brings in, you know, the real need for caution. And, you know, she is seditious. She is deluded. She needs to make better decisions in her life. She's in denial. She's in a lot of blocked feelings. And, you know, she's at a crossroads in her life. Now, whether or not she's going to take the right path, it doesn't look like it to me. Now, his challenge is that with the Seven of Wands here, he needs to take a stand. He needs to stand up and tell his wife to get off of social media, get off of Facebook, and keep her mouth shut, right? I don't know if he's going to do that or not, or if he already has. And then with her, her challenge is to have her happy home life. So they're having trouble. Together, as a couple, they're having trouble. He's having to reevaluate the situation, you know, with her. He's needing to control her. He's needing to, you know, hang in there and assert himself and try to protect himself. This card sometimes comes in when it's a spiritual test. But then here she is with this place where she's literally created so much conflict in his life that they may end up getting, because this card comes through sometimes when there's a separation or an actual divorce. At the very least, you know, some type of a broken family, broken dreams, broken, you know, hopes and wishes, broken happiness. So yeah, so there's that. His karma from his past life, most recently, I would guess maybe just as one last lifetime, because I don't have a major arcana here. I do for her though. We have the Page of Swords. So, you know, this is about news getting out, the truth getting out. So this thing that he had with Anita Hill, where he, just harassed her, that's the word I was looking for, you guys. Sorry, sexual harassment. He sexually harassed her for a long time. And she had to, endure that in order to keep her job. And then she finally, sued him, and it went before the, there were hearings, congressional hearings on it. I think it made it all the way to the Senate as well. I just don't remember exactly what they did with him. But anyway, he's still there. He wasn't removed as SCOTUS, so there's that. He wasn't removed as a Supreme Court justice. But his karma from his last lifetime, at least this, one last lifetime prior to this one, is that, bad news got out. There were investigations into him prior to. He's had something unexpected come his way. News that kind of cut through. Now, maybe he was a person who, in a past lifetime, delivered messages. You can imagine back in the old days with, the King's Court, and they either tied a message to a pigeon that was really good, or they sent messages to people. Or from people, from person to person. So he may have been a messenger. He was definitely, some type of a guy who was planning for a better future. Sometimes this card can be about inspiration, but he hooked up with this crazy woman. Later on, who knows what happened with his first wife? I think he had I don't know. I didn't check into him. You guys would have to look, but I don't think that this Ginni gal has been with him the whole time. Anyway, the death reversed for her. This would be her karma for her last lifetime. Well, I think that it had her, holding on, repeating a mistake from her last lifetime. She's, just kind of stuck, hopeless, not letting go. A real deep fear of change. So, of course she would grab a hold of somebody who seemed to have some type of power, on the mundane physical levels, but in a spiritual level with him, I don't think so. So, okay, so specific karma for this lifetime with him, we have the Knight of Cups. And with the Knight of Cups reversed, that's not good. It's not good at all. This is a card of cheating and deception and breaking people's hearts and, a lot of disappointment. So he came in with that. So whatever messages he sent or whatever plans he was making in his last lifetime, this lifetime he was meant to experience the pain and the disappointment of that. So that's really weird. Well, it's not weird. It's just interesting. Wow. So no wonder he would get himself into a position where he thought that he had some kind of control. There's like a loss of control here, a refusal to let go, a denial of life here. And then here she has, with this lifetime, she has karma with life in general, with everything good and beautiful and loving and kind. But she's meant to experience, this can be on a medical level, she's meant to experience a medical issue. I mean, you could see in the picture she's morbidly obese. Because the Sun card, when it comes to karma, well, though, when I put these two together, if we just look at her past lifetime, there's a refusal to live, and then in this lifetime, a refusal to let go and transition. And then in this lifetime, her karma is to come into something, you know, at least more full of life and brighter. And it can have to do with, you know, just happiness on all levels and success, and to have a happy marriage. But I think she's messed that up. On another completely different level, this card is the only, well, yeah, one of the only cards, I can't think of another one right now, like the sun in the Lenormand, where it can reveal. It can reveal. So here's what she has done with her big mouth, her denial, and her, you know, her big mouth. She has outed him. If she would have just been quiet and kept off of social media, no one would ever know that he's married a racist. He's married a, which is, you know, ironic for him. But, you know, maybe he's racist too, right? And, you know, like reverse racism against his own race, because he wants to be like the good old white boys. He wants to be in that club. So anyway, the both of them are outed. They're both, it's obvious now that they're both racist. They may be getting a divorce at some point. He's having to fight for his position. And she's outed him. She has revealed this place where he's been a cheater. He's been, you know, a heartbreaker. I mean, with what he did with Anita Hill, I don't know who was his wife then, but he cheated on her. I mean, I don't think Anita Hill didn't do anything with him, but he was on her constantly. So that's a form of cheating. You know, just like guys who are married and watch a lot of porn. It's like, okay. So anyway, what will he experience in this lifetime? What is he destined to get into? With the Nine of Wands reversed, well, goodness, that feels very defensive to me. It feels very ill. It feels very like your will going against yourself. Feels very weak. You know, because straight up it has to do with a lot of determination and follow through and working hard and courage no matter what. But when it's reversed, so what's coming down on him is, I think, ill health and weakness. Because it's you know, when it's reversed, the struggle doesn't, you don't overcome it. You don't get to the Ten of Wands where you made it to the end. You're having to go backwards to the Eight of Wands where there's just a, you know, crap ton of energy coming at you and you have to deal with it. And that's what she has created in his life. So he karmically, because of his past life karma, he hooked up with this crazy woman who's going to take him down. Which is exactly what he deserves. You know, this it's going to take everything he has to get through this. And I think his physical and mental strength will just go, you know, with him. Now, because, you know, he's not a young man anymore. Now, with her, what she's destined to experience, well, I mean, she's even though she's crazy and in denial, her cards are not as bad. But we do have this here, you know, we have this betrayal. But with the Queen of Pentacles, this has to do with like sitting in the lap of luxury. So, you know, maybe his health is going to go and she's left with some type of an inheritance from him. Because his professional future with the Devil card, he's still bound, he's still in chains. He's, you know, maybe an addict of some type. Although he's older, but maybe he was a sex addict as a younger person. There's that very real possibility here. his professional future has him still stuck within the throes of, you know, temptation, just that dark place where you're greedy, you don't believe that there's enough. You know, it's that place of, you know, like with Donald Trump and Mary Trump's book that was titled, you know, Too Much and Never Enough. That's what this guy's all about. That's what this card is all about. It's not a bad card to get reversed, but it didn't come through reverse. So he's still stuck, you know, he's still held in these chains. And this is a card of abuse. So I think in his professional future, he is going to be kind of like beat up because he deserves it. I mean, this is what, you know, this is what's coming down on him. Now, with her, it is simply just, it's betrayal. It's a broken heart. Her professional future, whether or not she had anything, I don't know. You'd have to research and see what she has done professionally, how they ever hooked up. I don't know about that, but I don't care. She's got a broken heart coming down on her. Now, this card, sorry for the glare here. We have the Justice card. So personally, his personal future is justice will be coming for him. And for her, there might be, with the Empress card, there might be like some new levels of creativity that come through. I'm really surprised for her to get these cards. So I don't know, you know, maybe she's going to get her lesson. Maybe, let me put this under here to get rid of the glare. Yeah, does that help? That does. Maybe, maybe, you know, because, you know, they say, and it's been my experience, that a broken heart is an open heart. So maybe she gets her heart broken. Maybe he doesn't do very well with health, and then or maybe he divorces her and her heart is broken. And then she goes on to be a better, if she's a mother, I don't know if she's a mother, but be a better mother or create a whole new future for herself. So that's all I have there for the tarot between them. Let's look at, oh, hold on, I've got to pause this and drop the camera down. Oops, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so again, using this little deck from Ciro Marchetti. It's a Kipper deck, of course, and this is into Clarence Thomas's Future Only. Okay, so let's look at his Future Only. Ooh. Okay, I might have to draw more cards. Although it looks to me like he might be, just generally, might be trying to save his, you know what, his arse. He might be trying to save his arse. So, okay, so the journey card here brings in, you know, some new experience, but it's going in the direction away from, I believe this might be his position in the courthouse, or, you know, his position as SCOTUS. Hold on, let me get a feel into these cards. Because having this false person here, this fraudulent situation, this kind of like thief, takes away from his whatever fortune he's built up over his life. And then this is his literal, home. Yeah, interesting. So this journey that moves in the wrong direction for him definitely takes away from his position as justice, as Supreme Court justice. So that's really interesting. And this card here brings in the his intimate space. So this would be his home with his wife. And I don't know if this would be his daughter, or this could be someone younger who works really hard to maybe expose something of an intimate nature about him. Because it knights over here to this fortune card, so now I'm wondering if someone exposes something that happened, like in his intimate space, like either in his chambers with a younger woman, or someone who was paid off, someone who blackmailed him. And that takes away, from his family wealth and his family identity and his stability. Because we have a change in this. Now this card with sudden wealth, it doesn't have to be a lot of wealth. More like this card is. But there's something weird here with, has he invested a lot of money in places he shouldn't have, that takes advantage of people who, work for a living? But regardless, there's change coming for him. And it's headed this way. So I don't know if there's some kind of sudden payoff from a person who has bribed him. This is really confusing to me. I need some more cards. I need to know what. I think maybe this is the story here, but I asked specifically to see his future. So this looks to me like in his future, he's going to be bribed or blackmailed. Somebody's working hard to bribe him. And the money comes from, maybe goes to this false person, this fraudulent person, and it comes from his house and his stability. Yeah, his future is filled with despair. I don't know who that wealthy man is. But there we go with the gift. So maybe he's going to be caught having received gifts in the past, but his future has him very, very concerned. This is a card of depression and secrets. You're concerned because secrets are going to come out. This card is like, a lot of, just misery. I mean, you can see. So there's misery over his financial wealth, I suppose. We have a lot of money cards here. And then his, about money he's received. So I would say, in the future, just with this guy, I would say that he is going to be, it's going to be seen that he's taken money, and that maybe even he's one of those kind of guys who, one of those judges who can be bought and paid for. Because I really feel bribery in here, under here. And then here's his concern for him getting caught. And, change is coming in. Yeah, so he might wind up or get to keep his money, but I think he's going to be caught. So that's interesting. Okay, we'll just have to wait and see about that. But with the tarot, it did look like, health issues as well. Lots and lots of stress. All right, let's look at Ginni. So again, that's using this deck here. All right, let's look at Ginni's future. Yeah, there we have that sun. Something will be revealed. Okay. Oops. See what happens when you try to take a shortcut. There are no shortcuts in life. Okay. Although with fast forward and rewind, you guys can have shortcuts with me. Okay, so anyway, the deal here with her is, there's a painful situation. The theme going on has to do with her money, power, and protection. It's being revealed that she's taken some dark money, or she's received some dark, stability, support, whatever. This to me spells Trump right here. This to me is Trump, the ego, the big old bag of hot air that just never stops talking. And in his, selfish. She's going to be seen. It'll be revealed. She'll be seen for her role in her seditious ways, yeah. And it's going to be painful for her. Her relationships, though, the commitments in her relationships, her alliances, her, partnerships are changing. They'll be changing. And her reputation will, in her, good old boys club, that'll be changing as well. But there's a painful heart. So this is the same as, here's her cards here. This is the same if I combine those two cards. That's the same right there. Heartbreak. Painful heartbreak. But also this card has to do with, guilt, of course. The cross card is all about, the cross that we bear. I mean, you can look at it, it's, a human being in arms, We're here on earth and we have to be responsible. We have to be self-responsible for creating our own reality. And, she's hitched a wagon onto this guy, onto Clarence, and he's been her money, power, and protection. But now it's all coming out, and I think that this is the heartbreak here. This is also a card of karma. It's her cross to bear. This is her burden, her pain, her grief, and it's going to cause her heart problems. And it's going to be revealed, you know. Part of this money, power, and protection had to do with Trump. And this is her and her overblown ego as well. You know, she doesn't have a healthy ego. If you have a healthy ego, you can let go and put your spirit in, you know, in front and serve from a place of love. But she hasn't done that. She's jumped on board with, you know, a lot of lies. And this, you know, to have the clouds to me is really one of the, well, when you're doing daily readings for yourself, no, because clouds move. You can say, you know, it's just a cloudy day, or the answer will be like to wait, don't act right now. If you're asking about doing something, the answer would be to wait. But when it comes to, you know, like a future, and, you know, for reading for somebody who's pretty messed up, this is mental confusion. This is major distortions, a lot of self-doubt, and confusion, and sadness, and uncertainty. And it knights over here to the sun, so it's because things are revealed, you know, that she's been watched. You know, I mean, she was one of those people that would go to all these events without wearing a mask and just do whatever she wanted. And so there's lots of pictures of her doing that. But her partnerships, her encounters, and her meetings were with just people who were, you know, moving around with their own self-interests, their own selfish tendencies. It could be that she's even being watched by our homeland, by the FBI, by, you know, the safety and security of our nation. There's that possibility too. But in the future, she might be having to live more independently on her own. And she may be she may be hesitating on just blowing out a bunch of hot air on social media, because she's being watched. And that's causing her a lot of pain. I'm going along and knighting, you know, across. So her drama that she's created and her reputation is revealed. And so her alliances are under, you know, all the top row has weight on the bottom row that controls the cards on the bottom row. So here she is with this painful, broken heart. And even her alliances are being watched. The meetings that she has taken in the past are being watched. And I think that she probably in the past had, because you can read in layers with these cards, I think that her meetings in the past, even though I'm reading on the future, but this gives me clues as to, you know, meeting with people who supported Trump, if not, you know, himself. I don't know if maybe she was in cahoots with him, with Trump himself. Painful loyalties, guilty loyalties that are being watched. If we read out this way, guilty loyalties that are being watched. I'm going to make sure I don't miss anything else. Yeah, just her crazy, diluted distortion. So everything will be revealed. This honor, reputation of the protection, money, power, security over her, that'll be revealed. Revealed. It's been watched, revealed. And Yeah, I think it's all going to come out. In the future, what I see here is a lot of revelation about the people she was connected with and who she was loyal to. And yeah, it's not going to be pretty. So that's it. I can't think of anything else to add to this, and I'm kind of, well, I guess we're only, no, wait, we're 17 minutes into this video, and the other one that I paused before, I don't even know. So this is a long video. I'm gonna stop. Okay, guys, take care. Bye.